Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to my Arabic teacher, Ahsanul Qawaa'id, Lesson 30, Part 2, taught by Fakhrul Islam. Let's begin. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So the sentence you can see here, the first sentence, it says, Ashab al-Qaryati. So you can see T at the end. And that T, if you remember the last two sentences of part 1, then you probably know the rule now, what to do. So Ashab al-Qaryati, that's Ta is called Ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. Make sure you learn the name. Ta marbuta. Okay, so Ta marbuta, the rule of Ta marbuta is when you stop on the Ta marbuta, you change it into a Ha. So instead of Ashab al-Qaryati, it will be Ashab al-Qaryahi. But you make the last letter sakin when you're stopping. Yeah? So you will make the Ha sakin as well. You will say Ashab al-Qaryah. So end result will be Ashab al-Qaryah. Okay? Ta marbuta is always, doesn't matter it's in the Quran or outside the Quran. If you're stopping on the Ta marbuta, it turns into a Ha. For example, from outside the Quran, name of Fatima, the Fatima name and Aisha name. These two names, both of them have Ta marbuta at the end. So it's actually Fatima 2, Aisha 2. Yeah? So when these people write their name, they have to write with the Ta marbuta. That's how it's been written in the hadith. So if any name you're copying or you've given name to someone, yes, and that name from the hadith, then you should spell it in the way it's been spelled in the hadith or in the way of the scholars, how they spelled it. Yeah, how they wrote it, you should write it in that way. Okay, so coming back to the work. So Ashab al-Qaryah. Okay, you will not say Qaryati. Next thing, the mim. Mim is a stop sign. And mim is called waqful lazim. Waqful lazim means that whenever the mim comes, you must stop on it. Okay, that's what scholars said. Whenever you see a mim in the Quran anywhere, make sure you must stop on the mim. Okay, it's a must. Because the scholars have explained the mim means the sentence before the mim and sentence after the mim, it doesn't have no connection at all. It's completely two different stories. So whenever completely two different stories, that time they put a meme in between showing that this is a complete disconnection, complete break of the sentences. Okay, basically it's a wall in between, so you can't join to the following sentence. Okay, so that's what meme for. Meme is waqful lazim, is a must for you to stop if you see a meme sign in the Quran. Okay, so anyway, let's practice the sentence. Ashab al-Qaryah. Second time. Ashab al-Qaryah. Third time. Ashab al-Qaryah. Okay, so that sentence is done. Now, second sentence. Sab'a samawatin. That's how it's been written. Watin. But if you want to read it correctly, then you have to stop because ta is a stop sign. Can you see ta? Ta is a stop sign. So you will say Sab'a samawat. You will stretch the waw extra. Okay? And you will make the ta sakin. And this rule also we have found it in the part 1 already. If there is two dhamma, two kasra, you make a sakin. If there is single dhamma, single fatha, single kasra on the last letter, you make the last letter sakin. Again, let me repeat. If the last letter has single dhamma, single kasra, single fatha, you make it a sakin. Sakin means you join it with the previous letter. That's stopping rule, by the way. If the last letter has two dhamma or two kasra, you also make it sakin. If the last letter has two fatha, then you should remember the example of al-fa-fa. Yeah, that you stretch it one alif long. You make it one alif long. Okay, so you read one fatha and you stretch it instead of another fatha. So al-fa-fa. So that's everything more or less covered. So if there is a fatha on the last letter, what would you do? You make it sakin. If there is a kasra on the last letter, what do you do? Make it a sakin. If there is a dhamma on the last letter, what do you do? You make it a sakin. That's side done. If the last letter has two kasra, what do you do? Make it sakin. If the last letter has two dhamma, what do you do? Make it sakin. If the last letter has two fatha, what do? You read one fatha and you stretch it instead of another fatha. Example, al-fa-fa. I will expect all the students to remember the word al-fa-fa and what rule has been applied to that. Okay, beside al-fa-fa, every other harakat turns into sakin. Now, rule of ta marbuta turns into ha. That's it, everything done. If you remember this much, that's it, everything you have covered in terms of stopping. Okay, my friends? Okay, let's practice now. Sab'a samawat. Sab'a samawat. Second time. Sab'a samawat. Third time. Sab'a samawat. Okay, next sentence now. Mal aqabah. There is no stop sign, but it doesn't have no connection to the following sentence. So I'm just guessing there should be a stop sign, but probably somehow it's got messed up. Somehow it's been missed. Yeah. So there should be a stop sign. So I will stop it and you will follow me how to stop. You will follow me in the way and you will do the way how I am doing it. So say Mal aqabah. Nothing to explain, by the way, because it's ta marbuta has been explained already in the other sentences. Again, Mal aqabah. Third time, Mal aqabah. Okay. Next. Fastabiqul khayrat. Khayrati is got kasra, and we learnt already. If it's kasra, dhamma, fatha, all of them turn into sakin. So ta got kasra, that's you will make it sakin. Fastabiqul khayrat. Okay, last time. Fastabiqul khayrat. Okay, done. 3 times. Let's move on to next one. وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. Let me explain something, my friends. If you are confused with the ta on Ashabul Ashab al-Qaryati and Malaqabatu and the ta on other 3 sentences, Sab'a samawatin fastabiqul khayrati wa yurbi sadaqati, you can clearly see the 2 sentences they have ta marbuta and 3 sentences they have ta maftuha. So if it's ta maftuha doesn't turn into ha. Does not turn into a ha. That's the rule for ta maftuha. Maftuha means, you know, the ta wa yurbi sadaqat. Can you see wa yurbi sadaqat has a ta at the end? That's called ta maftuha. Fastabiqul khayrat has a ta at the end. It's called ta maftuha. Sab'a samawatin, the ta at the end is called ta maftuha. So open ta, closed ta and open ta. Marbuta means closed and maftuha means opened. So if it's an opened ta, then it doesn't become ha. And if it's a circle ta, round ta, closed ta, whatever you want to call it, it turns into ha. So you have to remember that, inshallah. Moving on to 3rd line. Bilwadi al-muqaddasi tuwa. It's actually tuwan. Can you see? Tuwan. The rule of double fatha is you read one fatha and you stretch instead of another fatha, isn't it? So that's it. Follow the rule. Bilwadi al-muqaddasi tuwa. Second time. بالوادي المقدس طوى. Third time. بالوادي المقدس طوى. Next sentence. يتبعها أذى. It's written adhan, yeah? So I'm reading in the original form in the first round. So adhan, what do? You should be able to answer me now. All this time I've been telling you what to do. So in adhan, you should turn that fathatain into single fatha and make it long. Stretch it. Okay, that's the rule, isn't it? For double fatha, that's the rule always. Al-fa-fa, tuwa, adha. It was al-fa-fan, tuwan, adhan. So whenever there is something like with double fatha, you always apply that rule if you're stopping on it. It's stopping. Remember that these are rules of stopping. This is not rule for normal reading. So again, يتبعها أذى. Make sure you stretch enough on the ha. Okay, the mad sign on top of the ha is showing, is giving extra emphasis on the mad. Okay, and it's telling you to do it. Okay, second time. يتبعها أذى. Third time. يتبعها أذى. Hopefully it's done. You are used to with the double fatha now. Look, next line, whole line with the double fatha ending. So you can't miss it and you can't say, oh, I'm not used to it yet. Look. وَنِسَاءَ. Can you see? It was an and I read a. Okay? So that's the rule. Again, second time. وَنِسَاءَ. Third time. وَنِسَاءَ. Next sentence. لَيْسُوا سَوَاءً. Second time. لَيْسُوا سَوَاءً. Make sure you're saying with me, okay? The gap I'm giving is for you to say. Third time. لَيْسُوا سَوَاءً. Okay, moving to last sentence of that line. أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا. أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا. أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا. Simple. You should be able to do it. Okay, last line of the lesson today, of today's lesson. نَارٌ حَامِيَةٌ. Look what I did. نَارٌ حَامِيَةٌ. I made the ta into ha because that's the rule for this ta. Ta marbuta. Okay. Is ready? Okay, second time with me. نَارٌ حَامِيَةٌ. Third time. نَارٌ حَامِيَةٌ. Okay, this one done. Next sentence. كُتُبٌ قَيِّمَةٌ. كُتُبٌ قَيِّمَةٌ. كُتُبٌ قَيِّمَةٌ. Okay, last sentence for today's lesson. Illahu. It was huwa. Can you see huwa? The waw becomes sakin. So when waw becomes sakin and dhamma before it, it becomes a mad in there. So you stretch it. But don't stretch it too much. Stretch it for one alif. 2 harakat. Illahu. Second time. Illahu. Third time. Illahu. Okay, now I will read all these sentences once without talking in between, okay? But I will give you a gap for you to say with me, okay? I won't explain anything in between. أصحاب القرية سبع سماوات ما العقبة فاستبقوا الخيرات ويربي الصدقات بالوادي المقدس طوى يتبعها أذى ونساء ليسوا سواء أخاهم صالحا نار حامية كتب قيمة إلا هو. Okay, now what you will do after you've learned it, you've practiced it and all that, make sure you read it under a qualified sheikh to listen to you directly and to authorize you to say to you that it's been correct and let you move on. Okay, always whatever you are learning from the online lessons, make sure you give the test to a offline sheikh who is in front of you or who is directly listening to your voice and correcting your voice. Okay, Quran is something is always needs someone physical being in front of you and directly listening. Okay, because Quran came to us all the way through listening. Remember, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam read, Allah read to Jibril or Jibril read to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam read to Sahabis read to their students, and then their students, and then their students, all the way to after 1400 years it's been reached to us. And thus through the word of the teachers, through the sounds of the teacher. So I heard it from my teacher and he heard it from his teacher, all the way chain goes to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's why I will say, my friends, you are listening to me, that's fine, but I haven't heard you, how you are reading. So that's why I will say, hire an offline sheikh in front of you. If not possible for every lesson, then at least at the end of the book you will do that. You hire a sheikh and sit down for a few hours and then read the whole book with the sheikh. So he can give you the permission that you have learned it, and he allows you to move on. He allows you to move to the next book, and he allows you to teach this book to others as well. Okay, so make sure you do that. Next, let's see what's there. Okay, we have finished our lesson today, and now if you have enjoyed learning with me, give me a like, give a like to the video, share the video with others, share the lesson to with other students who are interested in learning Arabic reading. Share it with them. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and comment if there is anything can encourage others, then do write it, then other people can read it and they will be motivated towards learning. And also, if you think something I haven't included should be included, also comment here and let me know. And if you find something good and it was interesting, then share it as well so others can find that as well. And make dua for me, for my family, for my parents, and for all my students who are learning from wherever from the world they're learning. Make dua for them and make dua for all the ummah, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Stay well. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.